Baylor Bears, after suffering their first loss of the season just about a week ago to Texas Tech. They went to the nation's heartland, took a very impressive road trip, going 2-0 with 3-0 victories over the Kansas Jayhawks and the K-State Wildcats. Now they're back home at Betty Lou Mays Field as they get ready to take on the Iowa State Cyclones in this Thursday night matchup of Big 12 soccer. Make sure you can catch all that action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Hi, everyone, and I hope y'all are doing well. I'm Jeffrey Cohen, here alongside me in his Lariat Radio debut, Iker Estrada. Iker, great to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me for the first time. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, and we've got a good one for our listeners and for us. Everything on store tonight. And for Baylor coming into tonight, great start to the season, their best since 2018, as they stand at 7-1-2.
Yeah, this is a great start for Baylor. Honestly, I think it goes without saying it's a good team effort, getting goals from all over with Tyler Isgrig leading the way with 5 goals, but it goes without saying. Azul Alvarez having a great year as well. She's averaging less than half a goal against per game, coming off 2 shutouts, like I said, against Kansas and K-State. Obviously, Coach Leonard having a great start to the year. Just amazing to watch them play.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about Azul Alvarez after our first commercial break. But again, Baylor coming into tonight 7-1-2. Best record to start the season since 2018, where they went 8-1-1. They finished that season 15-4, 8-1 in conference. Made it all the way to the third round of the Big 12 tournament and the NCAA quarterfinal. So a lot to live up for Michelle Leonard's team. But also, again, coming off of a big road trip, as we had mentioned, in Kansas, taking on the Jayhawks and the Wildcats, both 3-0 victories. And Iker, what did you see, or what's really helped them kind of get those big wins early on?
I think it's just a complete team effort. I mean, they had, I think it was about 5 separate goal scorers throughout both games. I mean, 3-0 victories, just getting a shutout for the team is obviously great morale. But to outscore your opponent 6-0 in back-to-back games is just incredible to watch. And I think it's a big confidence booster, not just for the players, but for the coaching staff, seeing the girls out there playing like that.
Yeah, and over the last couple of years, the Bears struggled to get towards the top of the Big 12, kind of stayed a little middle of the pack. But they've really found their way this season. Again, some of the leaders on this team, as you said, Azul Alvarez in goal. Lauren Omholt, one of the top forwards on this team as well. Tyler Isgrig, one of the top midfielders as well. She's had a really good season so far on that trip.
Yeah, she's just doing amazing right now. I think I'm a huge fan of what she's doing. I mean, she's leading the team in goals. She's got 2 assists as well. Her shot percentage is amazing at 18.5. I mean, it goes without saying that she is definitely a leader on this team and someone that they look to get those big goals, big moments, but also to just be a leader out there on the field when maybe things aren't going too well. To just kind of look to her and just follow her lead and just keep going.
Yeah, and last season, again, had a great season, her second with the Bears after transferring from TCU after 2022. She had a team-high 7 goals and 8 assists, starting all 21 matches just a year ago for the Bears, both setting career highs as well. Also named All Big 12 second team. But now let's go into goal. That's been a really big part of Baylor and their success so far. Azul Alvarez, one of the top goalkeepers in the nation right now, tied for first in shutouts, 6th in save percentage. She's 8th in the nation in goals against average. And it's just been all her and that defense as well this entire season.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I look here, 33 saves, and she has less than half a goal against average. That says a lot about her game. There's a lot about the confidence and the swagger she's playing with right now. But like you said, can't go unnoticed without the defense. A goalie can only be as good as their defense is, and that defense is playing lights out as well. So props to them also for those 2 shots in Kansas and the work they've done so far this year to get them to where they are right now.
And then on the other side, you have the Iowa State Cyclones. Again, not the same story. Been struggling a lot over the last couple of years under head coach Matt Fannin. Last year, again, As we said, not the best 3-9-6, but again, injuries were one of the key contributors to that lackluster season just a year ago for the Cyclones.
Yeah, it's just injuries kind of killed them. I think it was they lost 4 starters. This year they're healthy. They look better than they did last year. Of course, it's a tough matchup against Baylor this week. Um, but I mean, like you said, 3-9-6 last year. This year a little better. They've got a winning record. They're 4-3-2. So I definitely trying to just kind of build up. Maybe if they can get something going against this good Baylor team, maybe they could find something later tonight to somehow pull off this upset win, or at the very least find some kind of confidence moving forward after tonight.
Yeah, we'll step aside just for a few moments. We'll come back with some keys to the game, and we'll be a few minutes away from kickoff here. 7:05 kickoff in Waco, Texas at Betty Lou Mays Field. Make sure to stay tuned here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. You're listening to Baylor Soccer on Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Good Lord.
We are back at Betty Lou Mays Field as we get ready for this Thursday night matchup between the Baylor Bears, who just entered the rankings this week, now at number 20, going up against the Iowa State Cyclones. For those just tuning in, I'm Jeffrey Cohen here alongside me, Iker Estrada in his Lariat Radio debut. And Iker, again, another matchup, conference matchup. Obviously, you want to win as many as you can. So what are some keys for Baylor to win tonight's matchup?
Yeah, of course, conference matchups aren't always easy, but for Baylor, I think a huge thing for them is if it ain't broke, do not fix it. Whatever they're doing right now, it is working great. Goaltending, defense, offense is just going great for them so far. They don't have a 7-1-2 record for nothing. So to me, if it ain't broke, do not fix it. Just keep going, keep playing, and just work off your team like that.
Yeah, and you look especially to this defense. That's what they've been praised throughout this game, or throughout this season, is how staunch their defense is. When you look at one of their premier wins, which is against Texas just a couple weeks ago, that was 1-0, and they had to face a lot of speedy forwards against that Texas team, but they held it down. They were able to bend, not break. So now you got to do that again against an Iowa State team that has been struggling last year, trying to find their footing this year. And again, you can't just take any game off, especially with a season as short as college soccer is.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you also look back earlier in the year, they played Mississippi State. That was a huge game, huge win for Baylor. I think that was a real turning point for them as to how this year was going to go for them. Of course, not an easy win, but they duked it out. They got it, and I think that's kind of where Baylor found their kind of swagger, kind of their confidence, and just their movement to play. And I think that was right there the turning point to all that.
So now as we get a couple minutes away from the beginning of this match, how about we get one key player on each side for you?
One key player, I'm looking for Iowa State. I'm looking at Lauren Hernandez. She is a senior on this team. This is her 4th time playing Baylor. Veteran presence in that Cyclones locker room. Just a leader. She had a goal and a couple of shots last time around last year against Baylor. So I think Iowa State's definitely going to be looking to her to kind of show some kind of leadership, just show some experience. For Baylor, on the other hand, I'm looking at Lauren Omholt. Lauren Omholt, she's a shooter on this team. She's third on the team in shots, second in shots on goal. She's looking to score. She's looking to play. She was a member of the Mexican youth team, so obviously a really good player for them. So I think it'll be a matchup between those two today, and I'm very excited to see that go down.
Yeah, I played for the 2022 FIFA U17 World Cup for Team Mexico. Trained with the U20 team during her time at Purdue, which she transferred to Baylor from Purdue over the off season. And again, looking back over the last couple of years, Baylor's had Iowa State's number last year, a 1-1 draw, but the 2 years before that, both wins for the Bears. So coming into this matchup, if you're Iowa State, and for some of these veterans like a Lauren Hernandez, what's kind of that motivation to get that win, get over the hump against Baylor in what will probably be your last chance to do it?
Definitely a huge thing. If I'm Iowa State, they haven't beat Baylor in Waco since 2016. And I know it is bugging Iowa State and it is bugging those players that they have not won here in a long time. So definitely trying to use that kind of fire to just fuel to the fire and just keep coming out here, just play them, really go look for that big win against a ranked opponent. Just lean in on your leadership, lean in on your game plan, and go out there and just play ball.
Yeah, last season, 1-1 draw. That was back in late October. So since 2005, Baylor is 14-5-2 against the Cyclones. And what really sticks out about that number is that 8-2-1 home record. So again, just trying to defend their home turf. And if you're that Baylor side, what is kind of that mentality coming into a game against the team that has been struggling? You know that you probably should win this game, but again, you just got to defend your home turf and keep this great start going.
Well, you see these kinds of games all the time, call them trap games. The games you think you should be able to win, the games that you're like, oh, we'll have it done by the first half. And then you go out there and then you're struggling. You're playing from behind, you're a step slow. So I think it's key, just remember, this is still a Division I, Big 12 team. It doesn't matter who they are. You play at 110%. You play through the whistle. Don't get caught lacking for sure. But also playing with that confidence that you've dominated this team at home, that you're here to defend your home turf. Lean into your fans as well. I mean, with the energy that I've seen them bring so far pre-game, definitely lean into that. But, yeah, don't just think of it as an easy win. Just look at it as it's another opponent that we got to go beat and just go out and do it.
Iowa State currently sitting at 12th in the Big 12 at 1-2 in conference play. The Bears all the way up in 4th. They're at 2 wins and 1 loss against Big 12 opponents. We're just a couple minutes away from kickoff here at Betty Lou Mays Field here in Waco. Make sure to stay tuned. You're listening to Baylor Soccer on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
I think that's also very important here. Soccer, corner kicks, that's what you're trying to do. Get some free crosses in. Tyler Isgrig there offside. Colin Baylor, Iowa ball.
So Iowa State will get the ball back, clear out some of the Baylor forwards, trying to get their first run of the match. Still struggling to put some passes together, get the ball forward into that Baylor end. Here's the kick from Canestraro. That one goes over Agruso's head, and it's back to Baylor. Lauren Omo working her way down the left side. This one just crossed the goal and out of bounds.
That was close. That was really close. It's scary there for Iowa State. Goal kick for Canestraro.
Lauren Ohmholt trying to lift that ball and find the opposite end of the net. Just misses by a couple of feet.
I want to see Iowa State trying to mimic kind of what Baylor's doing, trying to get some kind of offensive possession. Just maintain it. Even if you can't get a real dangerous look, just have the ball with you for 4 or 5 minutes. Well, as there's a tackle there. It's a foul for Baylor.
And with 34 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half. Baylor retaining most of the possession, but another long free kick for the Cyclones. Number 6, Chloe Broughton.
Has a kick closer for Ella Zimmerman. She kicks it into the box to no avail, asking the goal kick for Azul Alvarez and the Baylor Bears.
Again, just trying to send some long through balls down the Baylor side, but again, just unable to connect. The goal kick for Alvarez sends it to Natalie Vatter on the right side. Back to Alvarez. Works it to the left side.
Yeah, I want to see Iowa State start off with these short kind of passes first, kind of connect on those before you can hit those long balls, especially against this good Baylor defense.
Baylor's been able to do just that, right? Connect those short passes and just slowly but effectively work their way up the field and eventually find that effective pass. Had a couple of good opportunities earlier in this first half. Here they go. Ohmholt with the through ball down the left side, but just too far out ahead of Hannah Augustin.
So Iowa State's trying to figure out what they want to do here in this throw-in. There he goes. Right to Baylor's feet.
Baylor, the dominant force so far tonight, and working it across the defenders.
Another thing that I think Iowa State's got to overcome is that mental block of we're playing a ranked team on the road. So I think, like I said before, those short connected passes definitely would help with that, some confidence, but I think it's more that mental block right there that they have to overcome to be able to win this game.
Olivia Hess trying to find her way into the box. This kick just misses the top corner.
What a kick that was from outside the box. Almost hits that corner pocket right there in the goal.
The freshman, Olivia Hess. Freshman out of Prosper, Texas, trying to give her team a 1-0 advantage.
Olivia Hess has 2 goals in the year. She's trying to make it 3 there. That would have been a good one. Really get these fans going.
An impressive high school prospect out of Prosper High School. Led her team to the state championship in 2024 with state championship MVP. Senior season, 13 goals, 18 assists as Her squad achieved a 26-2-2 record. Now already finding plenty of starting time here at Baylor.
Imagine that as a freshman getting a bunch of playing time for a Big 12 Division I team. For good reason as well.
Here it is, trying to work their way up the middle, just outside of the box. This one will go out of bounds. Does it go Baylor's way? Yes, it does. The throw in. We intercepted by Iowa State, kick downfield to alleviate some of that pressure put on by the Bears. Iowa State defense continuing to work overtime here in the first half, just trying to keep this game even. Batter back to Obar, sends it up the field.
Yeah, something here as well. The Baylor defense, every time they have the ball in their own half, just controlling it, they have no pressure whatsoever from Iowa State. They can just sit back there, view their options, and do what they want with the ball. While on the other side, when Iowa State's turn to have the ball defensively on their side, there's always at least one, maybe two green jerseys around them for sure, giving them pressure, giving them problems.
This throw in contested in the air, and that'll be a whistle.
Foul against Iowa State.
That'll go against forward Megan Walters. It'll be Baylor ball. Baylor Iskrig up the middle. That's to Kai Hayes. Back to Hallie Augustin. And connecting on those short and easy passes. This time trying to find their way up the right side. This is Teresa McCullough. Back to Natalie Vatter. Down the sideline, back to Olivia Hess. Swings that ball to the left side. Anna Augustin to Lauren Omholt, working her way towards the extended goal line, and it goes out of bounds. Unable to keep that touch on the ball, and it'll go to the Cyclones. Baylor currently with a one-shot advantage over the Cyclones. That's 1-0. Both teams committed a foul.
Iowa State bench, all of them getting loosened up. I was just trying to stay ready in case anything happens.
And with women's college soccer, you have as many substitutions as you want. Some teams go to that a little bit more than others.
I think that's going to be something huge that Iowa State should try and take advantage of that rule for sure. Just trying to keep fresh legs out there against a good Baylor team again.
Throwing on the right side for Baylor. Bringing it back to Hallie Augustin. Back over to Natalie Vatter on that right side. Down the sideline to Olivia Hess, trying to rework it down the middle. That cross won't go. Iskrig gets it back to Kai Hayes, who sends it back to Vatter. Baylor continuing to keep that ball in the Iowa State end. Not giving this defense any rest. There's the Augustin connection right there. Hannah to Hallie. Back over to Blythe Obar. Hallie Iskrig trying to work her way around two defenders, but
no whistle there.
No whistle. Megan Walters trying to work her way. That's now Taylor Spitzer, 1-on-3. And a good job sending that ball away by Hallie Augustin.
Yeah, that was probably the best look Iowa State's had so far this game, and it was a 3-against-1 and Baylor's advantage on the defensive side.
Really hasn't been any issue deep into their own territory, especially for Azul Alvarez. You mentioned one of the best goalkeepers in the nation. This one will be called out on Aaron Hopewell. Looks like actually it'll be a foul on Hopewell. The batter will get the free ball. Sends it down. Tries to get it to her teammate number 9, Callie Conrad. This shot just misses wide right.
That's 2 shots now from outside the box. Really good shots, just a little off. Baylor looking really dangerous. Iowa State's got to step up here.
Tyler Iskrig, one of the top goal scorers on this Baylor team, also in the Big 12. Trying to give her team an early advantage. 25 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this first half. Pass goes by Hess. Hopewell trying to find Megan Walters down the left side, and that forward pass just too far ahead, and it goes out of bounds.
Looks like Iowa State's a little frustrated out there, just not being able to move the ball the way they want to.
I think if you're Iowa State, I think you got to go where you have it. Baylor's working their way up the left side. Lauren Omholt again. Soft cross, but to no avail. It'll be cleared out by Chloe Broughton.
I think it's just Baylor's just kind of looks like they're doing whatever they want to Iowa State right now. Manipulating their defensive play based on how they want to play their offense. And I think Iowa State, they've got to step up defensively, obviously, but just got to get something going on the offensive side. They can't just be playing on their heels the entire night. It's not going to end good for them.
So another whistle against Iowa State. It'll be Tyler Iskrig on to make this kick. Looking to send that ball into the box. Players lined up. This one a little too high. Loose in the box, and it'll be kicked out. Olivia Hess trying to work her way around 2 defenders, sends it back, and now it goes to Natalie Vatter. McCullough on the right side, cross, the kick, and it's in! That's a goal! Lauren Omholtz breaks the deadlock in this match and gives the Bears a 1-0 lead.
What a goal by Baylor. It is 1-0 now, and they have put the foot on the pedal. They have been there offensively all night, just giving it to Iowa State back there. And, now it results in a goal. They had 2 shots that almost almost go in the net. I'm sorry. Misses the net. Just they keep going, and they're playing great defense and finally get rewarded with a goal. Still 24 minutes left in the half, and that's a good goal for them.
Teresa McCullough with a really good cross into the box, and on that original call, that's Callie Conrad with the goal. And again, kind of an awkward kick, trying to get that ball on the inside of her right foot, just kind of trickles off and finds the bottom left corner of the net. But the Bears taking that 1-0 lead over the Iowa State Cyclones. And again, in a game like this, with Baylor already favored, this could honestly be the nail in the coffin. But again, you can't treat it like that. You got to play all 90 minutes, especially in a low-scoring game like this.
Well, Jeff, they don't ask you how, they just ask how many. So, obviously, awkward kick, but it results in a goal for Baylor. I've seen crazier stuff happen, especially in college athletics, but this definitely has to feel like a punch to the gut for Iowa State as Baylor's attacking yet again.
Olivia Hess, this one a pass from Callie Conrad, but this one will be eaten up. Casey Canestraro diving to grab that ball.
And Iowa State with a substitution. They put in Sophie Forrester in for Tyler Spitzer just now, following that Baylor goal, trying to see if they can get some fresh legs out there trying to start something.
Spitzer, the transfer from Northwestern State in Louisiana. First team All-Southland Conference in 2024. Also are the All-Louisiana team. Played 49 matches for the Demons, logging 34 starts. Had a team high 20 points a year ago.
Yeah, that Baylor defense back there when they have the ball, it's just all calm. Nothing's going on. They just can read their passes.
And they really haven't had any reason to not be calm or to be flustered in any way, just because they just seem to be 2 steps ahead of this Cyclone attack no matter where they come from. And they're just able to to force these turnovers.
Yeah, Iowa State's playing checkers while Baylor's playing chess right now. There's a foul against Baylor, right on cue.
That'll go against Tyler Iskrig, trying to pry the ball free.
Now here's a great opportunity here for Iowa State to get something started. I want to see them send in a good ball, even if it's nowhere near the goal. Just try and get something going here. You're not out of it yet.
Multiple Cyclones and Bears lining their way on the top of the box. Here comes the ball. Into the grasp of Azul Alvarez. This throw deep, but it'll be intercepted by number 4, Ella Zimmerman. This ball goes wide, but it'll be scooped up by Azul Alvarez once again. Most action she's had defending the Cyclones all night.
Yeah, and even if it wasn't super dangerous, she still looks like she's just playing with a lot of confidence right now. You just love to see that from your goalie.
Olivia
Hess with a good move there.
Keeping Megan Walters off her case. This one now going the Cyclones' way, trying to work their way into the Baylor box. But the Augustin twins say, not so fast. The ball goes to Baylor's way. This is Teresa McCullough. A little awkward pass. Trying to keep possession. It'll go to Kai Hayes.
The Augustin sisters passing it through each other over there, side to side. Just changing angles. Good interception there by Iowa State.
Putting on some pressure after their substitution. Working up that left side. This one will be deflected. Kept in play by Hannah Augustin.
Some good defense there from the Baylor Bears.
Now Hallie Augustin trying to keep that ball in, but it'll be out of bounds. It'll be Cyclone ball.
Yeah, Iowa State not putting in a little more pressure now they're down 1-0. Would have loved to have seen that a little bit beforehand. Probably would be a different story right now, but they just got to focus on what they can control right now and just keep moving forward. I like what I'm seeing out of them right now.
Sophie Forrester, who's the substitution for the Cyclones, helping lead that charge in their most recent attack. This one will go to the Bears. Round midfield, Tyler Iskrig. She's dangerous down the middle with some room. Her pass to Teresa McCullough. The sliding tackle intercepted, but it goes right back to Olivia Hess. Give and go back to Hess. And again, another...
Olivia Hess is just showing off right now.
Some good technique, right? You're moving up that field, and she's stopping right on a dime. Megan Walters trying to do her best just to keep up with Olivia Hess, but again, not working too great. Teresa McCullough up the right side. Natalie Vader with another cross. They'll be too far ahead as Canestraro catches it in the air.
Canestraro just looking like she's just going to slow it down a little bit for her teammates. Kind of get a little control of this game. But look, Conrad is right there in Canestraro's face. I'm not seeing that at all from Iowa State side when it's their turn to put some kind of offensive or defensive pressure, on Baylor.
Yeah, and Baylor, that attack just been really wearing down on the Iowa State defense as a whole, and just as the whole team. It has to be a whole team effort to try to keep the Bears out of their own end. This one back now in the Baylor end. Forward ball. Be kicked up, and it'll be out of bounds. So that ball and possession will go to the Bears. Baylor out shooting the Cyclones 3-2. Both teams with a single shot on goal. Bears one shot on goal connected, as it was Callie Conrad with the lone goal in tonight's matchup.
Both teams with 2 fouls. Obviously, Baylor took advantage of one of those fouls as they scored that goal. We had another substitution here. Alicia Lockett goes in.
Lockett back to Vader. Vader to Kai Hayes. Now to Lockett. Trying to get her way past Aaron Hopewell. And Hopewell gets out of bounds, but it'll be called Cyclone ball and went off Lockett's foot.
Hopewell trying to look for a good pass here. Looks like she's struggling a little bit with this Baylor defense.
This one headed out of bounds by Lockett. Sending it down the sideline. Batter with the head.
That's a foul against Iowa State.
Oh, going against Morgan Goodman, trying to climb her way to a head, but again, that'll result in a takeaway for the Bears.
No, it's 17 minutes left in this game. Oh, I'm sorry, in this half. I'm sorry. I know fouls are really high right now, but I think Iowa State, considering the foul trouble they've had this season, they cannot just let that affect them for the rest of this game. Still only down 1-0. You could easily get back into that, tie the game. It's just one kick away. But if you start getting into foul trouble, then it's a different story.
And last year's matchup, we had a total of 19 fouls, 10 for Iowa State, 9 for Baylor.
Talking about fouls, Baylor just ties it up in fouls, and now each team has 3 fouls apiece.
Yeah, looking back to last year's matchup, that 1-1 draw, not just 19 fouls between the two teams, but you also look at the yellow cards. That's 3 yellow cards in that match for Iowa State. So, again, hard-fought, emotional game between both teams. As this one's forward. No offsides, and the ball just misses the goal.
That was the best chance Iowa State has had so far this game. I mean, wow. Azul Alvarez was out of her net. Very uncharacteristically of her to just leave the net open like that. But Baylor got lucky, and it's still 1-0 here.
Isabella Aguruso got past the Baylor back line, tried to chip it in, but good job by Azul Alvarez just trying to jump that kick, got outside of her goal and was able to force the ball to go wide.
Yeah, that must be a huge relief as a goalie for sure when you look back there after a chance like that and you see it go wide.
Ball back into the Iowa State end. Pass to Canestraro. Back to Zimmerman. Walters working away against 2 defenders. That clear goes off of Walters and out of bounds. Ella Zimmerman tried to clear that ball, get some of that pressure off of him, but goes off the back of her own teammate and out of bounds. Throw-in goes back to Iowa State. Hopewell gets by Lockett. Finds Goodman, but Goodman loses that ball to Iskrig.
Good one-touch there by Tyler Iskrig.
Iskrig working her way up the middle, couple passes, and this one, another whistle against her. It's
2 fouls now against Iskrig. I don't know how these refs want to play, but I think at some point you start going to be a little more cautious before you get carded.
Iskrig pushed Lauren Hernandez to the ground, just trying to find that ball. 13:50 remaining until halftime. Bears up 1-0. Baylor and Iowa State tied at 3 shots apiece.
That's now another foul against Baylor. They need to start getting careful with it.
As we had mentioned, a testy contest last year.
You wonder if there's any kind of hatred boiled from that, whatever happened last year, considering it was also a draw and no one won or lost.
And I think, especially for some of these veterans, we talked about it during the pregame, just not being able to get over that hump of beating Baylor over the last 3 seasons. Maybe some of that is kind of starting to boil over. I think we saw a little bit last year that it was starting to boil over. Just Baylor's such a physical team. And we've also seen tonight just being physical, not in just their conditioning, but just how they attack the ball, trying to defend against Iowa State.
And you also wonder on Coach Fannin on Iowa State side. You know, he came from Bowling Green, very successful over there, and he comes here, a few years back, and he just hasn't really found that kind of same success here at Iowa State. So You wonder if that maybe it's even boiling over for him personally, trying to get over some kind of hump to get going.
Yeah, 3-time MAC Coach of the Year and 3 seasons at Bowling Green. Got his squad to a 41-18-7 mark in his tenure over in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This one, Tyler Iskrig with plenty of room in front of her. Her shot out of the box skied over the goal.
I think that would have been a home run on the baseball field right there.
Lou Mays Field here in the Baylor Athletics Complex, right by the outdoor tennis courts, as well as Getterman Stadium, home of Baylor softball, and Baylor Ballpark, the home of Baylor baseball. Iowa State trying to find any kind of momentum possible. Long forward pass intercepted by Kai Hayes. Now Ariana Jimison. Some great footwork. Lobs the ball in the box, and it won't go, but it goes to Baylor. It scores!
Golazo! Wow, what a goal there for Baylor Bears. Oh, the fans are loving it here on Vamos Osos night. Just absolutely incredible. And that's 2-0 for the Baylor Bears. I think this has to be a wake-up call for Iowa State to actually get moving.
Yeah, and it was a good cross into the box. And the ball was loose, and Callie Conrad, her second goal of the night. The ball just finding her. It's just going to her. I mean,
when it's your night, it's your night.
Yeah, that ball wasn't even meant for her, but it just bounced around a couple of times, found her right at the foot, and put that one up in the top shelf, top left corner.
And that was just a beautiful goal by Conrad. Already on hat-trick watch, and there's still 11 minutes left to play in this first half and a whole second half to go. These fans get treated to a 3-goal hat-trick tonight.
We'll see. Baylor now out shooting the Cyclones 5-3. Baylor's 2 shots on goal. Both have found the back of the net. Iowa State only 1 shot on goal. Baylor back in their own end. Moving the ball back and forth. Alvarez to Blythe Obar.
And now Iowa State's putting on some pressure with Baylor on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, if you're Iowa State, I think the idea is you can't let them get past midfield at this point. Once they get past midfield, it makes it a whole lot harder to get it out because they're so good at just running around Iowa State and also just being able to keep that possession, even work the ball around midfield and work their way in honestly all 3 directions. They've gone down both sidelines as well as found some success up the middle with Tyler Iskrig.
We got a corner kick here for Iowa State, so let's see if they can just make something happen, maybe get a cheeky goal in there, make it 2-1.
One of their best opportunities of the half. Towards the back.
To no avail.
This one header goes towards the corner and out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in.
We're getting a substitution here for Baylor.
Caroline Staubach coming in for Callie Conrad, just to give her a little bit of a breather. Again,
you think Coach Leonard said, hey, Conrad, you're a little too hot. Let's cool you off for a little bit, maybe for the second half?
Yeah, again, with women's college soccer, once you sub out, you can always sub back in. So I expect to see plenty more of Callie Conrad once we come back for the second half. 9 minutes remaining. Well, teams head to the locker rooms. Baylor up 2-0. Looking to improve to 3-1 in conference play. Forward ball headed out of bounds.
Zimmerman just left to go out. Give Iowa State the ball. Throw in here.
Alicia Lockett trying to sprint to track down that ball, keep it in bounds, but won't have enough time. This one goes out of bounds. Ely Johnson Another one of the Cyclone substitutes. Her pass off of Morgan Goodman's back, and it goes to Baylor. Gives it right back to the Cyclones. Chloe Broughton sending it back to Canestraro.
Wonder how Canestraro is doing. Give up 2 goals. One of them is an easy goal that probably shouldn't have gone in, but then you give up a really good one. So it's like, to me, I want to see how Canestraro responds here. Finishing a good first half, finish well, and just hope that second half goes better for her. Kind of want to see how this goes on with her.
Yeah, and it's definitely been a stressful first half. Just plenty of attack that she has to be laser focused on, just trying to keep the Bears at bay. But again, just hasn't quite worked how they'd hoped. Cyclones currently on a 2-game losing streak. Lost 3-1 to Colorado a week ago. This one going forward, but it'll be out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick from the Iowa State Cyclones. Bears trying to put together another quick run to the goal. Maybe try to put this game on ice before halftime. It's already 2-0. Jimison.
Oh, this is dangerous right here, too.
Staubach. Staubach loses the ball, and it's cleared out of bounds.
That was some good defense there by Iowa State right there. Very dangerous look again for Baylor. Iowa State, they're putting in better pressure, but just they are still letting too much through to their own area.
Isabella Garuso defending that ball against Caroline Staubach. The redshirt sophomore. This one out of bounds right in front of the Iowa State bench. It'll go their way.
Another substitution here now for Iowa State. Trying to see what they can conjure up here. Trying to see if they can get at least one goal going down to half by 1. With 6 minutes left here in the first half.
It'll be Grace Ludy.
Lucy Freudheim is off. Grace Ludy is on.
Ludy played 7 games coming into tonight. Only recorded 1 shot this season. Throw-in gets to Staubach, but her pass back gets intercepted by Sophie Forster. But now it's Blythe Obar with a great anticipation on that pass. Ball's loose in the Baylor end.
But yet again, Baylor is just in their own defensive zone with the ball, but there's just no pressure from Iowa State. You almost wonder if Iowa State's just tired of running around trying to chase the Baylor Bears.
At this point, you got to imagine that they're just ready to hear the whistles for halftime.
We got 5 minutes until then.
Trying to work their way up the left side. Good defense by Obar. It'll be a whistle.
Obar getting up a little slowly. She looks hurt.
Ella Zimmerman.
Oh, no, she's fine.
Yeah, it was Zimmerman trying to get past Obar, but again, Obar kind of falling and getting trampled a little bit by Zimmerman, but got right back up.
Something I'm also looking here, talking about goalies earlier with Canestraro, is Azul Alvarez. She hasn't seen that much action compared to what Canestraro has seen. So, just for Alvarez, just trying to make sure that she's staying awake, staying in the game in the moment, so she doesn't just get caught slipping on an Iowa State opportunity.
Yeah, Iowa State, up until only a couple of minutes ago, really hadn't put together any run or anything towards Azul Alvarez. They put together a little good run. Is this one
right on cue?
Intercepted by Sophie Forster, 2 against 1, trying to work her way, create enough time for her teammates. This one loose down the side. Gilly Johnson. This one cleared outside of the box and will go out of bounds. So Iowa State will retain possession in Baylor's end. A little under 3.5 minutes left in this first half. Baylor up 2-0. Baylor out shooting the Cyclones 5-4 as well.
Up the left side and out again. This time it's going to be Baylor ball.
Will be Nylia Holneck. Throws it into Jemison. Back to Hallie Augustin, and they'll work it around the back end again. That's Azul Alvarez. They'll work it up the middle this time. Blythe Obar to Olivia Hess. Hess through ball. Won't go. Gets it back, but too hard of a touch as it goes out of bounds against Olivia Hess. So possession in Iowa State. Grace Ludy. Pass to the right side. Goes out of bounds off of Caroline Staubach. Quick throw in after Reagan John. They're trying to put together something, but too far out ahead, and Azul Alvarez all over that attack.
That looked dangerous for a second. Look, that could have been Iowa State's best opportunity, just too far there for an opportunity as Azul Alvarez just eats that one up.
You know, and you think it wouldn't be insane to say, you know, if a goalkeeper has kind of been able to chill for as long as Azul Alvarez has been able to do in this game. Usually they'll kind of be on their heels a little bit behind, but she's been anticipating these balls very well as Canestraro anticipates that one, grabs it right before it could get to Caroline Staubach's feet.
Yeah, and that's really good to see. I think as a head coach, I think Coach Leonard must love to see that from Alvarez, because you see it all the time in professional soccer, college soccer. You see it in other sports like hockey. Like goalies, when they don't get any action, they tend to fall asleep a little bit, be a little sleepy, a little half step behind. But Azul Alvarez, she's on top of it. She's in the game, you know, being that backbone like she usually is.
Really only had to face about one or two shots that have really gone right, have gone like in her direction. A couple of other shots have been blocked by that staunch Baylor defense before they could get to Alvarez. 35 seconds remaining in the half. Baylor up 2-0. Holneck back to Hallie Augustin, to Kaya Hayes up the middle.
You almost have to wonder if Iowa State is just glad that they're at half, trying to see if they can get some halftime adjustments, see what they could work with there.
Natalie Vatter to Obar to Hess. This one over Obar's head. Countdown to halftime begins.
They're just going to let that go to half, I think.
And that'll do it. The whistle blows on the first half, and a dominant first half for the Bears. They're up 2-0, out shooting the Cyclones 5-4, but that doesn't quite, those shots don't quite tell the entire story. I mean, it's been all Baylor for the entire half, and they've been on the Iowa State end of the field pretty much for the first 45 minutes.
No, of course not. I mean, right here, Iowa State and Baylor. Iowa State has 4 shots. Baylor has 5. Baylor has 2 shots on goal. Iowa State's 1. But both Baylor shots on goals have gone in the net. So Casey Canestraro has 0 saves so far. But, yeah, like you said, Jeff, it just does not tell the story. Baylor has been absolutely dominating Iowa State. Iowa State's been on their heels. You know, I mean, Iowa State's got to figure something out here for the next 45 minutes, because if they don't, this could end really, really badly for them.
Bears up 2-0. The Iowa State Cyclones, again, as I had mentioned, Baylor out shooting the Cyclones 5-4. 2 shots on goal to Iowa State's 1. Azul Alvarez making the only save of the night. Baylor also 5 fouls to Iowa State's 4. Both teams with 1 corners each. Baylor's also been caught offsides twice in this first half of play on this Thursday night. But we'll step aside just for a few minutes, and we'll be back for halftime. Bears up 2-0. You're listening to Baylor Soccer on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
We are getting back to the second half of this Thursday night matchup between the Baylor Bears and the Iowa State Cyclones. Bears jumped out to a 2-0 lead through the first 45 minutes, and it was all Bears all the time. We'll see if they can continue that momentum, so make sure to stay tuned right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. For those just tuning in, I'm Jeffrey Cohen here alongside me in his Lariat Radio debut, Iker Estrada. And Iker, we were talking about it at the break. Again, Bears dominating the entire first half, but one person caught your eye specifically, Olivia Hess.
Oh, Olivia Hess completely caught my eye. I mean, she was around the ball the entire first half. It seemed like even if she didn't physically have the ball, she was within 5-6 yards. I mean, we were also talking about it during the break that she had some incredible moves with the ball, evading defenders. I mean, even us thinking like, yo, when is the Women's World Cup? We got to get Olivia Hess on the American team.
Yeah, Olivia Hess playing all 45 minutes, getting one shot, and she was really the main facilitator up the middle, I guess, along with Tyler Isbrigg as well. But again, as you said, she did a really good job of just being able to be where she needed to be, being able to work the ball when she had it, and being able to move and play in the best and most effective spot as she could. The Bears spending about 50-50 split in their attacking direction, where the possession was, They had 49% in the attacking and 51% in their own end, which is kind of surprising. But when you think about it, with how much they'd worked the ball kind of in their back defensive line, just along with Azul Alvarez, it starts to make sense. They're very conservative to start. But again, what makes you think that they've been in Iowa State's end for so long is because they're able to keep the ball there. And when they get rushes towards the net, they get deep, and it's very effective.
I mean, yes, we're looking at Baylor's possession time, and it's, half and half basically. But what tells the story there is look at Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 40% of their possession has been in their own box. So Baylor's really just keeping it in Iowa State's area. Really, that midfield, like we said, Olivia Hess and Tyler Isgrigg moving the ball a lot. But I mean, that's just like you cannot win a soccer game with your possession basically being in your own box the entire half. It's not going to work. It'll never work. Iowa State's got to fix that up in this second half for sure.
Only 14% of their possession was in that final quarter in towards that Baylor box, and Azul Alvarez has been kind of chilling all game, and again, hasn't really had to make too many great plays. A couple balls have gone towards her way, especially in the last 10-15 minutes of that first half, but again, only needing to make one save on one shot on goal. 4 shots have come her way from Iowa State. Baylor 5 shots, 2 on goal, both of those connecting and finding the back of the net for Callie Conrad.
Yeah, as we're kicking off here in the second half, we have to mention Callie Conrad's name. I mean, like I said, Olivia Hess caught my eye, but Callie Conrad has 2 goals. She's on hat-trick watch here in the second half. You can't just speak on this game without mentioning Conrad's name for sure.
So that one goes out of bounds. Errant header by Hannah Augustin. So Iowa State ball on the sideline. Now working from our left to right. This one pass forward, doesn't find any teammates, and it goes right to Alvarez.
Alvarez just observing her options and gets it off to one of the Augustin sisters. She's working it up here.
I think obviously you don't want to just kind of lean back. You don't want to be on your heels at any point in this game, but I think the biggest, key to this first or to the second half is just to use up some time as that cross goes over all the people in the box and it'll go out of bounds and possession to Iowa State.
I think the time management of running down the clock, I don't think that hits so far right now yet. I think, there's still time on the clock. If Baylor can score 2 goals in a half, Iowa State can do the same. So I think at least for the first half of these 45 minutes, Baylor's still going to try and score, trying to put up as many goals as possible, really trying to also see if they can make this a statement win, not only to the Big 12, but to the NCAA. Like, hey, we're here to play and we're coming for that trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah, and I guess when you look at how they played that first half, it's not like it's all or nothing for them, right? They're able to work the ball down the field and have some really great attacks while also being able to defend really well. That back line has done a fantastic job all throughout this game. I'm just letting Azul Alvarez just kind of relax in the box. Now Baylor working it up the left side. Teresa McCullough cross down the middle, but it'll go right to Anna Straro. She'll clear out the box.
Ken Sharp been playing quarterback all night, mainly because the ball's been in her box the entire night. So trying to fix that up, of course, to no avail as they just turn it over to Conrad, looking for a hat trick here.
Working her way in the box. Her pass will be intercepted and cleared out. It'll go right to Natalie Vatter. McCullough down the right side, just a few feet outside the corner of the 18-yard box. This one kicked up in the air.
Baylor picking up right where they left off in that first half. Iowa State's it just looks like a mess a little bit in the defensive zone. Sloppy. I mean, like right there again, Baylor just takes it away from them like it was nothing. Taking candy from a baby.
Lauren Omholt taken away from Ella Cardullo, working it down the left side near that corner. Working it back in. Tyler Iskrig up the middle. Her shot's right to Canastraro, who was able to grab it.
There's Canastraro's first save of the night, as the other 2 shots on goal she faced have hit the back of the net. So definitely a confidence booster for her, probably.
And just a great job by Lauren Omholt, just being able to redirect that ball up the middle. Found one of the best scorers on this team, Tyler Iskrig, up the middle, who had a very clean shot, just unable to get it past the Cyclones goalkeeper.
Yeah, Tyler Iskrig leads his team with 5 goals on the year so far. So obviously it's always good to get the ball, in her feet, looking for a shot and a scoring opportunity.
Iowa State struggling to get past midfield. We'll have to swing it around to their right side.
Something else we're looking at here is the total possession in that first half. 41 for Iowa State, 59% for Baylor. Very lopsided in Baylor's advantage. Obviously, there's a lot of question marks for Iowa State, beginning early in this second half, but that's definitely a big one, keeping the ball with the white jerseys.
Kai Hayes sending that ball in the air. That one's tipped. It's loose. And it'll be Morgan Goodman who comes down with it, trying to work her way down the field for Iowa State. That ball trying to find the box, unable to get through. Walters getting the ball back. Right time. Trying to find an open person. Getting it to Lauren Hernandez.
Again, good defense there by the Baylor Bears, just taking it away, just making it look easy every single time.
Too big of a touch by Megan Walters. Ella Zimmerman trying to fight for that ball. And the whistle will blow.
Batter looks hurt down there on the side.
Batter went down earlier this game. That was, again, Ella Zimmerman against Batter. And Batter gets up after playing on the pitch just for a few moments.
And she's tough. She'll walk it off. No cards there, surprisingly. I am surprised we have not seen any cards yet with both teams committing 5 fouls with still about 39 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, the officials letting him play on. Iowa State gets the ball, but that forward pass unable to go. Loose in midfield. It'll be a Caruso trying to work her way up the middle. She's got a good run right here. Pass to the left side to Cardulo. Cardulo trying to get past Hannah Augustin. It'll be kicked out.
Iowa State ball.
It'll be Iowa State ball. Lauren Omholt coming in to assist Augustin.
About the most dangerous Iowa State's looked all night, I think.
That was a good opportunity. 38.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Gets in the box. This one a high ball. Headed up, but right into the grasp of Azul Alvarez.
It was offside anyways.
So crisis averted for the Bears. Again, not too much pressure was put on Azul Alvarez. Great job by Hannah Augustin as well as Lauren Omholt, just keeping that ball off to the side. This time Omholt working her way up the middle. Good move getting past Freutheim. She's got plenty of room. Passing it off to Olivia Hess again. Her shot just misses 2 feet to the right of the goal.
It was deflected on the way in as well. Kind of caught Canestraro a little out of source, but got lucky it deflected away.
So it'll be a corner kick for the Bears. And again, Olivia Hess making her presence known in the middle of the field, especially once they get towards that final quarter towards the Cyclone goal.
And to everyone who doesn't know, Olivia Hess is a freshman. So she's just starting her college career here. She's got a lot of years ahead of her, a lot of games. So this is very exciting to see for sure.
And a couple new faces coming into the season. As the cross from Iskrig will be deflected out of play. So it'll be another corner kick for the Bears. Bears will go short this time.
Deflected off an Iowa State defender, and that's yet another corner kick.
Bears getting their third look from the right corner. Trying to get a shot on goal, maybe put the nail in the coffin. They're still up 2-0. Iskrig runs up, sends the ball into the box. This one headed straight up and out of the box. McCullough, that's a Callie Conrad. Her pass deflected out, but she'll get right back to it. Another cross. This one headed, bouncing around, and it goes out of bounds. Canestraro diving to punch that ball away from Lauren Omholt.
Looks like the ref's going to say something. Gives out warnings. No cards.
And game continues to get more and more physical. A little bit of contact between Canestraro and Omholt. Corner kick this time from the left corner. It'll be Tyler Iskrig once again. This one will be headed out, but goes right to Olivia Hess. Again with some great footwork. Her shot right to Canestraro.
I like that shot. There's a lot of people, a wall of people right in front of her, and she just sends it low, trying to maybe trick Canestraro. Good save by her, of course.
The Iowa State goalkeeper is falling on it right there. Now they're quickly moving the ball up that left side. And some contact right there. Erin Hopewell pushing over. Looks like Blythe Obar, but again, no whistle.
Refs letting these girls play.
So Baylor trying to move the ball up, goes out of bounds.
Man, I think that's another corner kick for the Baylor.
Yeah, they'll be awarded another corner kick.
What is that, 5 down in the last 2 minutes?
I think with this one will be corner kick number 7 on the match. Iowa State only with 1.
I think that also speaks volumes to what the score is right now in the match overall. It's a lot of offensive pressure for the Baylor Bears.
Looks like they'll go short once again. Olivia Hess working her way down the baseline. Her shot deflected. Rebound by Callie Conrad. Stopped by the defense.
Conrad looking for that hat trick right there.
Ball still in play. Teresa McCullough settles it down, but she'll lose it. As a clear gets deflected out of play by Hannah Augustin. So it'll be a throw-in for the Cyclones as they'll put in a substitution. The Sophie Forster in for Taylor Spitzer. Baylor now 10 shots to Iowa State's 4, 7 on goal. Now with 6 corner kicks.
Yeah, Baylor's now is really starting to separate themselves as one of the top-ranked teams in the nation compared to Iowa State's team right now.
So Baylor was able to force the ball out of bounds, get their own throw-in. This time it's Tyler Iskrig working the ball to the inside. That's Hannah Augustin. Out to Kai Hayes. Hayes to the right side. That's Teresa McCullough. Trying to find some room. Her cross will sky out of bounds. So it'll be a goal kick for Canastraro and the Cyclones.
What do you think Coach Lannon's message was to this team since they ended down 2-0?
I think once you gotta be aggressive right off the rip. You gotta be the first one to attack. Whenever there's a live ball, you got to be the first one and force something to happen, right? You can't play reactive soccer. So you got to be the ones to force, what happens in this game, and you got to be able to find some of these open spaces, force this Baylor defensive line to kind of move in ways that maybe they don't want to do. They work it up the left side. Cross gets deflected early, and it goes to Iowa State. And
there's a foul right there against Baylor.
Goes against Teresa McCullough.
11 total fouls now tonight. Do you think we're hitting 19 like we did last year?
I think we're well on our way. 31:45 remaining in this Thursday night match. Bears looking to improve to 3-1 in conference play. Iowa State trying to get their way to 500 right now at 1-2 in conference play, but a big hill to climb. Baylor taking their foot off the gas just a little bit, working it to the back. Alvarez to Hallie Augustin. Now across the field to Blythe Obar on the right side. Teresa McCullough trying to work her way around 3 defenders. Can't do it, and it's out of bounds in favor of the Cyclones.
We did have an Iowa State substitution about a minute ago. Reagan John now on the field for Lucy Foy time. I feel like Coach Fannin should probably try and get some more fresher legs here, trying to see if they can get something going. Because Baylor has been dominating this game, but it's been the same 11 girls out there pretty much the whole time, with the exception of Callie Conrad's substitution in the first half. Good move by Iskrig.
Yeah, good move by Iskrig. Working her way across defenders, but this time she'll be stopped in front of the 18-yard box. Loose ball, and it goes to Iowa State. 21, Ella Cardulo. They try to work it up. Reagan John loses the ball right there. Through ball for Lauren Omhill on the left side. She's got plenty of room to work. Sending it up the middle. Back to Tyler Iskrig.
Trying to find
cutting to the right. Curving her shot just misses by a few inches.
Isker trying to add to her goal total, just trying to expand her lead on this team with goals.
Defender Ella Zimmerman showing her displeasure with her own team. Had her arms up in the air. What's going on? We got to get back in this game.
Hey, this still got 29 minutes. You know, crazier stuff has happened in sports. But yeah, they got to start doing some stuff on the other end, because this is just the same story as the first half. It sounds like a broken record. Baylor's just pressuring them in the Iowa State zone. Iowa State has no answers for them right now.
Be the seventh corner for Baylor. This one in and punched out by Canestraro. Hannah Augustin there to recover to Teresa McCullough. McCullough gets her way around Reagan John. Some open area. Her kick on the ground, deflected to Lauren Omholt, who can't keep the ball in bounds. That'll be a goal kick for Canestraro. Trying to start any kind of attack. Again, they still need 2 goals to tie this game and come away without a loss.
Call me crazy, but I feel like this is definitely the kind of game that someone like Coach Fannin might like to see his team be in, trying to see who are my leaders, who are the people that can stay calm in these situations, that can get stuff done, even if they don't score a goal. Like who here is still playing till the 90-minute mark, and who's just kind of not really. Kind of see who his leaders are for sure.
Yeah, I think for him, for Coach Fanning, he's got to look to Ella Zimmerman. Even though Zimmerman is a defender, she is second on the team in points with 6, right behind Morgan Goodman. She also leads the team with 786 minutes coming into tonight. So I think she's proven that she can go the distance. She can go all 90 minutes while also being able to produce on the offensive side, also on the defensive side as a defender. I think that's someone that Coach Fannon's really going to lean on in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, Ella Zimmerman, like you said, she's a defender, but at least tonight I have seen her everywhere on the field. I've seen her in the Baylor defensive zone box trying to get stuff done. I mean, like you said, she's producing. She is tied for leading goals on her team. I mean, as a defender, that's crazy to say, but I mean, someone's got to also get it done.
Yeah, one of the key matchups has been between her and Natalie Vatter. Just very physical throughout this game, knocking down Vatter a few times, but again, the Baylor defender just getting the best of Iowa State.
Now on the field for Iowa State, we had Gilly Johnson sub in for Ella Cardullo.
I'm working up the middle of the Bears, but again to no avail. Reagan John and our teammates working the ball, some small passes, working that triangle up the middle. John, her pass deflected.
And again, just struggling to get past that center line.
Alicia Lockett to Tyler Iskrig. Iskrig, great through ball, but just past Jimison. And it goes right to Canestraro, who gobbles it up. Well, under 26 minutes left in this match. Baylor trying to keep their foot on the accelerator. Not give Iowa State an inch.
Last 2 games, Iowa State has lost to Texas Tech 2-0 and Colorado 3-1. So you would feel like there's some kind of frustration that Cyclone's locker room on that bench. Like, just someone got to be there. Like, come on, like we got to play. Like, we can't be losing 3 games in a row. Because it does. It sucks to be in that kind of environment where it just feels like you have nothing going for you, and you have to create it yourself. So, I mean, something's got to go down for Iowa State if they want to keep this game, tight and maybe even find a way to draw.
Yeah, I think coming into the season, they were in kind of uncharted territory in the Matt Fannin era. Ever since he has gotten to this program, they've just gotten better and better every step of the way, right? 2021, they got their most wins since 2016. Next year, they got their first win over a ranked opponent since 2016. 2023, most conference wins since 2007. And then last year, as we had mentioned in the pregame, that you have 4 major injuries and you have a very poor year going 3-9-6. So as this shot goes right to Canestraro off the foot of Olivia Hess, but again, just kind of uncharted territory, right? You've got the chance to bounce back, which before it's always been take a step forward every single year, and then you take a big step backwards last year. So again, I think they're just trying to really get back on track to what they had pre-2024 under Coach Fannin. Awaiting the throw in. Azul Alvarez with the ball at her feet. Over to Hallie Augustin. Augustin, long pass forward, intercepted. That's by Isabella Agruso. And it'll be a whistle blown against Lauren Omholt, who took down Agruso.
2 substitutions here, both one for each side. For Iowa State, we have McKenna Marshall coming in for Aaron Hopewell, and then we also have Neela Kalnick coming in for Hannah Augustin for the Baylor Bears here. Both teams getting some fresh legs out there.
Baylor's brought in has had 4 players come in outside the starting 11. This one, good shot, just skied too far to the right.
Goal kick for Alvarez here.
Off the right foot of Reagan John, who has a goal and an assist this season. Coming into tonight, 8 shots, with 6 of them being on goal. That one not adding to that shot on goal total, missing wide right.
Like there's some kind of timeout right now. Timeout for Iowa State.
And so, timeout for Iowa State. And they'll take a quick breather with 22 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in this match. We'll step aside just for a few moments, and we'll come back with the last couple minutes of this match. You're listening to Baylor Soccer on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch your latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
And we are back from the quick timeout here at Betty Lou Mays Field. There's up 2-0 over the Iowa State Cyclones on this Thursday night matchup. Bears looking to improve to 3-1 in conference play and 8-1-2 overall. Iowa State Cyclones trying to not go 4-4-2 overall and go 1-3 against Big 12 opponents. A little over 22 and a half minutes remaining here in the second half. Both teams going deeper into their bench. Baylor, their bench is feeling it, enjoying the music.
I'm enjoying the music in here as well. Who isn't?
And how could they not enjoy this match, right? They've been dominating all night, and it looks like they just keep on getting closer and closer to putting that nail in the coffin as that one goes off Kalnick's foot and out of bounds.
But the Baylor bench has been up the entire game, even when they were just tied, just started. Like, they've kept that energy up, and I think that has also translated to on-field play for sure. You know, when your team is feeling good, when your bench is feeling good, it's hard not to feel good when you're out there playing.
Iowa State has gone with 6 substitutes in this game. Baylor only 4. Alicia Lockett, Ariana Jimison, Iola Kolnick, and Caroline Staubach.
Good pressure there.
Yeah, Alicia Lockett firing up her bench, trying to get the ball and start another run right in front of her own bench. Baylor now with the ball. Lauren Omholt working the ball up the middle. Finds Lockett on the other side.
That was a dangerous pass there, defended well by Iowa State.
Tried to find Jimison in the 6-yard box. Baylor intercepts the long pass downfield. Kai Hayes with the ball. Natalie Vatter, her pass gets by Olivia Hess. Morgan Goodman now with the ball, trying to find someone open. Gets it to Lauren Hernandez. This one, high ball, headed by Gilly Johnson. But she won't be able to come down with it as Azul Alvarez kicks one way high, excuse me. Looks like it'll go out of bounds.
Another substitution here for Iowa State. Hobo back on the field.
And she's coming in for Chloe Broughton, excuse me.
I think Coach Van's also looking for Aaron Hope's leadership. You know, upperclassmen, been in these kinds of games definitely for before. Just trying to see what kind of, if he can get something out of his leaders, or just kind of find something that meshes well for these last 20 minutes.
Yeah, Hopewell's been another one of those defenders that's been very physical throughout this game, just a little pushing and shoving. Yeah, no cards so far in this match. We saw 3 last year, 3 yellow cards going against Iowa State. That was a 1-1 draw back on October 25th, 2024. Ball goes out of bounds on a header, and it'll be Baylor ball.
I think right around this time is when we start seeing, you know, Baylor be more clock management, just trying to run out the clock, not do anything too crazy. I mean, if they get another goal or two, I mean, obviously they'll take it, but just trying to run out these last 20 minutes, get out of here with a W.
There's a few ticks over 19 minutes remaining. Baylor's really been laying it on early.
Good move by
in this
Jimison.
half. Good through ball to Lauren Omholt. Her pass up the middle.
Goal!
A goal for Alicia Lockett.
What a goal. What a play. Jimison started that. Lauren Omholt passed it, and Lockett finishes it. Just another beautiful goal for the Baylor Bears. Wow.
And you can't help but believe that that's got to be the nail in the coffin, right? 3-0 lead for Baylor. 19 minutes remaining.
I mean, just look at the body language from Iowa State as well. I mean, I don't want to say it's defeated, but it's definitely not inspired right now, if you know what I'm trying to say here. You got a second over 19 minutes left. You're down 3-0. I mean, I think they know what the result of this game is now, and they're just trying to get into the locker room, just trying to go back to Iowa, just trying to fix some stuff up maybe.
Yeah, and I think if you want to give Iowa State the benefit of the doubt, I think at this point in the game, I think you just don't think about score. I think you just think about playing the best game that you can for the rest of this match. Just trying to do the little things right. Try to tune whatever you need to tune up against a ranked opponent, just without being overly concerned about your 3-goal deficit.
Yeah, not much else you could just think about there, because if you stay thinking about the 3-goal deficit, these 18 minutes and 38 seconds that we have left, it's not going to be good. Jimison, 4th assist on the season here, and adds to her team lead there, and adds yet another point to her resume this year so far, having a great year for the Baylor Bears.
Ball working down towards the Baylor baseline, but it'll go out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick for Alvarez. Iowa State, 5 total shots in the match. Only 1 here in the second half. Baylor, if we thought they were dominant in the first half, well, they've been even more so and been more attack-focused here in the second half. 14 total shots, 9 of those being here in the second half, 10 of them on goal. Azul Alvarez only having to make 1 save, while Casey Canestraro has had to make 7.
You know, Iowa State obviously isn't the strongest team compared to Baylor, but you would think Coach Leonard is still very happy with what she's seeing. Azul Alvarez is not, she has not been in danger very much this game, if at all. The defense is playing incredible. Offense picking up where they left off from that Kansas road trip. Scoring another 3 goals here, scoring 9 in the last 3. She's got to love what she's seeing from this Baylor squad right now.
Absolutely. Jemison trying to move the ball forward with the sliding tackle. Iowa State gets the ball, but their quick attack will be short-lived. Batter passing it straight back to her keeper. Alvarez to Obar. Obar lifts it up the field. Hard touch by number 3, Agruso, and it'll go out of bounds.
Florida State gets across midfield. Haven't been able to say that very much tonight with how good Baylor's pressure has been for sure, but see if they can get something going, and as soon as I say that, they turn the ball over.
Baylor again taking their foot off the gas, continuing to put in more substitutes. They have Emerson Garcia on that back line as well.
I feel like Azul Alvarez is going to go into the locker room just like telling her girls, like, hey, thank you for the great defense, but I want to play a little bit too. I mean, she's only got 1 save, only been 1 shot on goal for Iowa State on 5 shots. So, I mean, a goalie must love and hate to be bored back there.
Yeah, she's had to make 33 saves this season on 125 shots faced, 917 save percentage, and also an elite 0.3 goals against average.
Is that pretty good?
That's really good. Also in the context of having 7 shutouts this season, that's tied for first in the nation. Looking to make that number 8 in 15 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. So want to add to that clean sheet total. So have to hold on just for a little while longer.
15 and a half minutes left in this game. Now I think Baylor's really just going to be like, all right, we got our 3 goals. Just put this one to bed.
Intercepted, and there goes number 17, Morgan Goodman, trying to find some kind of momentum, try to get the ball deep into Baylor's end. Iowa State throw-in. Baylor gets the ball to Olivia Hess with some room up the middle. Good through ball, finds Lauren Omholt, and Casey Canestraro getting out of her box, sending that ball and clearing it. Great anticipation.
Very risky play there. If she misses that ball even by a smidge, it's 4-0 Baylor, but here we go again.
Another through ball for Omholt, and she skies it too high.
Omholt, 2 beautiful opportunities there to add to this Baylor score and put her name on the score sheet. Just misses just by a smidge.
Omholt's first shot of the match already has an assist tonight. Olivia Hess has led the way in the shot category, 5, while Tyler Iskrig is right behind with 4, and then Callie Conrad with 3. Conrad with the first 2 Baylor goals of the night, both in the first half. And Alicia Lockett scoring that 3rd goal just earlier here in the second half. Baylor now out shooting Iowa State by 10. It's 15-5 in that category. Grace Ludi trying to send it up But again, to no avail as that Baylor defense is just suffocating. Now we've started to really get into kind of a back and forth, just Iowa State trying to create any kind of momentum going forward, and then Baylor just sending it back, and just kind of that back and forth over the last couple of minutes.
I think we've gotten to the point in this game where Iowa State's playing more for pride than it is anything else. Just trying to just play for the fans that they have here for sure. They got a good fan base that came down, but the Baylor fans must be absolutely loving what they're seeing from their girls.
And best start since 2018 for the Bears, where they went 8-1-1 through their first 10 matches. Time 7-1-2. Ball inside the box, but again, not much contact as it roll right to the hands of Azul Alvarez. Couple feet outside the box. Aguruso working her way to the right. Gets the ball inside the box, but again, nothing going for the Iowa State Cyclones.
It's about the most possession time that Iowa State's had on the offensive side of the ball this entire half. Maybe even game.
Give and go with Jemison. Keeps that ball in bounds down the left side. She's got some room. Forward through ball for Omholt, but just too far out in front. Eaten up by Canestraro. High ball deflected by Hallie Augustin. This time Kai Hayes with the ball. Back to Augustin. Now Hayes to Alvarez. Back to Emerson Garcia. Garcia now working her way up the right side. Again, another big pass downfield. I think now they're just really trying to send that ball up into the air. Maybe catch that Iowa State defense lacking. This time, long pass on the ground to Omholt. Hard touch, loses the ball. So Caruso gets it, her pass to Reagan John. John with some room.
Iowa State's trying to just create some kind of offense, something that they could just build on. Maybe get a goal, make them feel good about this game. Just make sure they didn't get shut out.
Ardulo, her pass towards the goal. Won't go anywhere. Kai Hayes kicks it out of midair.
Iowa State intercepts it. Now they're on the attack, and they give it right back.
And you can tell just at this point, the Bears really just trying to run out this clock. A little under 11 minutes remaining in this 3-0 lead for the Bears. They're looking for their fourth consecutive win over the Iowa State Cyclones going back to 2021.
Yeah, now Baylor's just playing give and go in the defensive zone, just trying to kill this clock. Killed off about 20, 30 seconds here now.
And the last time Iowa State beat Baylor, that was in Ames. It was a 2-1 victory back on September 25th, 2020.
Yeah, and as it's looking like right now, they haven't beat Baylor here in Waco since 2016. It looks like that's going to have to wait a little longer, too. Baylor and Iowa State have made between each other the most out of any Big 12 conference matchup. And in history lately, Baylor's just been the dominant force in it.
The corner kick for Iowa State. Looking back to that 2020 match, game that was decided in the 104th minute. Olivia Edwards getting the goal, assisted by Mira, Emma, and Cassie Ginther. That gave the Cyclones a 2-1 victory in their home turf, but it looks like they won't have the Same luck here in Waco.
The corner kick was just kicked by Iowa State, and they can't really get anything going. It's just a story of the night for Iowa State.
Omholt one-on-one.
Omholt 1-0. She's on a breakaway.
Only her and Canestraro. Straro moves up and deflects the ball. Alicia Lockett getting the ball back. That's who Olivia has. Her shot right to the gut of Canestraro. Great run by Lauren Omholt. Got past the sliding tackle and only had one person to beat, but again, Canestraro just showing that anticipation and her aggressiveness, moving up in the box.
Canestraro has played really good tonight. Like it's more of just a team effort that's got them to the point they're at right now. But I think if Canestraro can just get a little more help from her defense and some run support for sure, this Iowa State team does have a solid goalie in net right now. Got 8 minutes left to play in the second half.
Throw in for Iowa State. Ball goes out of bounds once again, but they'll retain possession.
Iowa State with some more substitutions a little earlier. Megan Walters goes in for Sophie Forrester. And, just getting some fresh legs as well, again, for Iowa State. I think at this point it's just really trying to find that kind of player who's going to be there for them.
And it's just also a really good opportunity to put in some players that you haven't seen since you started conference play. You want to go, once you start getting into your conference schedule, you want to go to the players that have been tried and true for you, that are able to perform at the highest level. But when you're down like this 3-0, it's a really great time just to see some new people that you haven't seen for a couple of matches. Here comes Alicia Lockett. Her pass to Jimison won't go. She gets it back. And again, another pass cannot connect.
Lockett's slow to get up here.
Moving gingerly.
I think it's also got to be some fatigue. Like, these Baylor girls have been like the same 11, 13 girls playing out there the whole night.
So for Canestraro, 8 saves on the night. That's the second highest mark for her this season. Had 9 saves at Iowa back on September 4th in their 1-0 loss to the Hawkeyes, in-state rivals. 6 minutes left in the match. Good move by Alicia Lockett, trying to clear up some room just past midfield, working up the right side.
Good run there.
Forward ball for Hannah Augustin. Her lob into the box will be headed out. Another big kick going forward for Iowa State, and it goes out of bounds towards their bench.
Got some substitutions coming in right here for the Iowa State Cyclones. And for Baylor.
Now we've seen 6 new faces that didn't start this match for Iowa State. Baylor, that same number as well. Alicia Lockett, Adriana Merriam, Ariana Jimison, Emerson Garcia, Nyla Kolnick, and Caroline Staubach. Another run. Megan Walters, her shot deflected.
Olivia Hess is, I think, done for the night. She got subbed out for the first time tonight. Great game by her, obviously. Had some good runs, had some good plays. So, yeah, good to see the freshman living up to the hype here in Baylor.
If she stays on the bench, we'll finish this match with 84 minutes played, 6 shots, 5 of them on goal. Just an incredibly effective night for Olivia Hess. Omholt sends it forward, but it'll go right to Canestraro.
Under 5 minutes to play here. Wrapping it up here. Still 3-0 Baylor. Heavy contact there on the jump ball. Foul call against Baylor.
And looking forward for Baylor Soccer, though, continue their homestand on Sunday at 1 p.m. They'll play Colorado here at Betty Lou Mays Field. Lariat Radio will have the call on that game. That broadcast will start at 12:40 p.m. and then as well on October 10th. So on next Friday, they'll be facing off against the BYU Cougars. Kickoff at 7 p.m. broadcast for Lariat Radio starting at 6:40. Reagan John sending it to Aaron Hopewell, who has plenty of room to work. Megan Walters trying to get by her defender. That's Baylor's number 15, Angelina Moschetti. This whistle will blow. It'll be against Caroline Staubach.
I would feel that at this point in the game, those Iowa State defenders would just be more closer to the box. They're staying back here on the midline like they would usually on a normal game.
Well, now here comes Canestraro for the free kick in the Baylor end. Sending it forward. She'll go right back to her goal. The header, not enough steam on it as Azul Alvarez will gather it up easily. 2:45 remaining in this 3-0 match. Baylor leads over Iowa State. They've also doubled the Iowa State shots, 16-8. Here comes Lauren Omholt. Pass across, trying to find Alicia Lockett, but won't be able to connect there. Grace Ludy working her way towards midfield. Sends the ball down the sideline.
That's going to be picked up by one of the Augustin sisters there.
That's Hallie Augustin, who will just wait for that ball to go out of bounds, though it'll be a throw-in for the Bears.
Little substitution here. You think the Augustin twins communicate telepathically considering they're twins?
Well, I think from what I've seen today, I think that they do a great job. I think they seem to be they seem to be on the same page on the defense, both on different ends. But I think you could say that about all of their defenders. Again, just as an opposing forward, it's never a back line that you want to face. And I think the Iowa State forwards have realized that tonight.
Really frustrating when you have to go up against a defense who communicates just as well as the Baylor Bears have tonight.
Holneck able to send that ball forward into the open grass. Staubach trying to make a run for it, but it'll be sent high and out of bounds by Canestraro. It's a little fun fact about Caroline Staubach. If you notice that last name, granddaughter of former Cowboys quarterback and Hall of Famer Roger Staubach.
Really?
Yeah.
Can Grandpa give me an autograph?
That'll be a question for her. I don't know about that. A little over a minute remaining in this match. Baylor just trying to bleed out the final seconds and improve to 3-1 in conference play and go to 8-1-2. Ball in the box, bouncing high to Megan Walters, but she can't come down with it. Hard touch. She'll have to send it back. Forward head, and it's over the crossbar and out of bounds.
And that was the most dangerous look for Iowa State all game, and it came in the last 40 seconds of the match. Too little, too late.
Azul Alvarez, even if it was on goal, was right there to punch it out of harm's way. She'll get a goal kick with 25 seconds left. Finds Teresa McCullough. Sends it forward for Staubach. Working her way down the right side towards the corner and out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for the Cyclones. 5 seconds left. as the final buzzer goes, and that'll cap off a big 3-0 win for the Baylor Bears over the Iowa State Cyclones. And just from the moment this match started, it's been all Baylor for all 90 minutes, taking a big 3-0 victory.
I mean, that's 3 games in a row where they win 3-0. Azul Alvarez has yet another shutout. What is that? 8 shutouts this year. If she's either leading or still tied for the lead in the country for most shutouts. I mean, but the shutout wasn't Azul Alvarez tonight. That was the defense. Defense played fantastic today. Did not give up anything easy. Their only dangerous real chance for the Cyclones was there the last 40 seconds with that header that went over the net. I mean, just an impressive game for Baylor, and a good win for the fans and for the team.
Yeah, Azul Alvarez having to make only 3 saves, contrasting with her counterpart, Casey Canestraro, who made 8 saves while also allowing 3 goals. Baylor out shooting Iowa State 16-10. Baylor, maybe not surprising, but just what stands out is 11 of those 16 shots on goal. Iowa State only 3. Bears with 9 fouls to Iowa State 6. Also, 7 corner kicks, and I mean, majority of those came in the second half. And when we thought they were dominating that first half, they just continued to lay it on. And in fact, it felt like they just kept on getting stronger through the second half.
As an opposing team, you see that happening where, maybe you go through a rough first half, but you're like, they're fatigued, maybe they're not subbing as much as we are, like it happened tonight. Or Baylor just, I think, really didn't sub until like the last 10 minutes of the game compared to Iowa State, and they just never broke. Now, I will give Iowa State the credit. They didn't go into foul trouble today. I mean, Baylor beat them in fouls 9-6. Iowa State was, it was an aggressive game. It was definitely physical, but their composure stayed well, and they didn't beat themselves up with the fouls, but just they couldn't get anything going in the offensive zone at all.
Yeah, and I think this game for Baylor, with it being so dominant and just being able to kind of be so relaxed towards the end of the second half with a 3-0 lead, that helps because they got a relatively quick turnaround. They play at 1 p.m. on Sunday. That'll be against Colorado, as I said a couple of minutes ago. Well, Baylor Lariat Radio will have that call, broadcast starting at 12:40. That'll be Aiden Richmond and Dylan Fink on the call, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But that'll do it from us here at Betty Lou Mays Field. The Bears take this one 3-0 over the Iowa State Cyclones. They improve to 8-1-2 overall and 3-1 in Big 12 play. Iowa State Cyclones fall to 4-4-2 overall and 1-3 in Big 12 play. But again, big Thursday night for the Bears. From all of us here at Baylor Lariat Radio, I'm Jeffrey Cohen, here alongside me, Iker Estrada. Thank you all for listening. You've been listening to Baylor Soccer on the Baylor Lariat Radio. All right, we're good.